everyone! I'm Princess Annabelle Devil. Welcome back to Hanson News, where we bring you the news. Today's Star Wars update is packed with surprises and maybe even a little drama behind the scenes. Daisy Ridley's return as Rey was a shocker announcement last year at Star Wars Celebration, but now we're hearing that the movie's screenwriter, Stephen Knight, is no longer involved. To make things even more interesting, there was a rumor last year that Disney CEO Bob Iger himself may have been blindsided by this Rey movie announcement last year. Today, we're breaking down what this all means for the movie, how it fits into a pattern of Star Wars projects getting delayed or scrapped, and what it signals about Disney's future with Star Wars. Let's get into it! Project background. Here's what we know so far. Daisy Ridley's Rey is set to return in a new movie that follows her efforts to rebuild the Jedi Order. It's a storyline that could open up a whole new era for Star Wars, and fans were excited to hear that Stephen Knight, the writer behind Peaky Blinders, was involved. But now, Knight has reportedly exited the project, leaving fans with big questions about what's next. And that's not all. There was a rumor last year that Disney's CEO, Bob Iger, wasn't fully in the loop when Lucasfilm announced the Rey movie. If true, it would suggest some tension within Disney about Star Wars' future direction. Who is Stephen Knight? For those not familiar with Stephen Knight, he's known for his dark, intense storytelling style, especially with Peaky Blinders. His addition to the Star Wars team seemed like a great fit for Rey's journey to rebuild the Jedi Order. He could have brought some real depth and grit to the character. Losing him raises questions about the movie's tone and creative direction moving forward. Fans were excited about his involvement, so his departure has definitely shaken things up. Bob Iger's involvement and potential blindside. But perhaps the most intriguing part of this story is the rumor last year that Bob Iger was caught off guard by the announcement of Rey's movie. Kathleen Kennedy, president of Lucasfilm, reportedly unveiled some projects without Iger's full awareness. Now, if true, this could indicate a deeper disconnect between Lucasfilm and Disney's leadership. Iger returned as CEO in November 2022 with a focus on maximizing quality over quantity, and he's publicly expressed a cautious approach to Star Wars' theatrical future after The Mandalorian. Grogu film for a May 22, 2026 release date. If Iger wasn't completely on board with the announcements at Star Wars Celebration last year, it might suggest that Disney is still figuring out what it wants for Star Wars on the big screen. Past Star Wars projects under Kathleen Kennedy. And if we look at Star Wars projects over the years, there's been a pattern of ambitious announcements that don't always reach completion. Since Kathleen Kennedy took over Lucasfilm, we've seen high-profile projects like the one from Game of Thrones creators David Benioff and D.B. Weiss and Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron end up in development limbo. We also had Rian Johnson's trilogy announced, but it remains unconfirmed due to his busy schedule. The Obi-Wan Kenobi film was reworked into a Disney Plus series instead of a theatrical release, so fans started speculating if the Rey movie could be at risk of facing similar delays or changes. Possible reasons for Knight's departure. So, where does this leave Stephen Knight's exit? It could have been creative difference as something we've seen before with Star Wars. Knight's style is gritty and character-driven, which could have clashed with Lucasfilm's vision for Rey's hopeful new journey. Or maybe there were simply scheduling issues. With so many adjustments happening in Star Wars film production, fans are wondering if this movie will stay on track or face the same fate as some of those other projects. What's next for the project? So, what happens now? Lucasfilm will likely bring in another screenwriter, and they have options. There's a possibility they'll bring in someone already working within Star Wars, like Jon Favreau or Tony Gilroy. Or they could go for a fresh voice who can bring a new perspective to Rey's story. But with Iger's rumored surprise about the announcement and Knight's departure, we might see this movie re-evaluated or even delayed as Lucasfilm and Disney align their visions. Either way, fans will be watching for updates. Impact on the future of Star Wars? All of this speaks to the larger question of where Star Wars is headed under Disney. Past projects like Rogue One saw changes that ultimately worked out well, but other abandoned films have left fans wondering what could have been. With Bob Iger's focus on a quality over quantity approach, the new Rey movie may be subject to even more scrutiny. Fans are hopeful for more consistency in Star Wars storytelling, especially with a character like Rey, who has the potential for an epic legacy. So there you have it, the latest on the Rey movie, Stephen Knight's departure, and the surprising rumors about Bob Iger. What do you all think? Are you excited about Rey's return? Or concerned about the future of Star Wars movies? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you stay up to date on all the big Star Wars news. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. See me in. I am in love with the princess on the Hayden Hanson Company channel.